Hey everybody, welcome back to Spirit Gaming. Today I'm going to do a quick little video on some of the things that I think are wrong with Helldivers. Mainly from their perspective of like what the game can do better, where it's failing like miserably, and just my thoughts on the game right now, and like some of these new, war bonds and stuff have dropped, and I mean, some of them are pretty good. I'm enjoying them, but some of them suck really bad. Why everything is in this weird state that it's in. And, yeah, so I've been doing a lot of solo Helldive recently just to get away from the success of the game. What I mean by that is, like, to me, a Helldive mission with relatively good teammates is not it's not very hard. If you just have the basic loadout you need for the enemy types that you're fighting, and relatively good coordination and teamwork, and you just try a little bit, usually you just kind of coast through the missions. And that's something that I'm trying really hard. I'm really hard to get.
Helldiver lost. Sending replacement.
Interesting. Worst possible.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Worst possible to drop in anyways. There's two things very specifically that have been bothering me about Helldivers. One of those is where is the cape that we were promised, and the other one is not as it's really not a big deal at all, but is where's the cape that we were promised, and why have the countries that originally could play the game not been able to access the game now? And then, like, what is the Helldivers community supposed to think about that? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what the hell? If we're supposed to be like this team of like all homies, and we dive together, or not at all. But then, obviously, when obviously, that's just not fixed.
Reinforcements have been launched.
And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, okay, well, what about the war bonds? What about the fact that the eruptor isn't been brought back to the way that it was? And that doesn't make any. Very few people care about a lot of this stuff. And I'm not. This is not serious gameplay footage. I needed something to put on what the hell? Put on in the background where I played and went on this little tangent. But what is the point of the war bonds if they all suck? And that sounds redundant to say that, but I'm using the eruptor here because if you like me, what I do is I love Helldivers in a way that I like Helldivers in a way that I have not liked another game in a very long time, to the point where I am purchasing the war bonds with cash to try to support the company. The problem, though, is every time I buy one of these war bonds, it makes me like Helldivers a little bit less. Like, literally every time, it makes me just like, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth every single time. And this most recent one was probably one of the coolest. But they did that thing that companies are doing in the gaming right now, which is not giving the community of the players what we want. What do we want? I mean, just think about this for a second. What do we want? What we want is melee. They're like, oh, we hear you. We understand. That makes perfect sense. But we're going to give you a war bond. We're going to give you armor sets that give you a passive melee damage increase. We're also going to give you knives for the first time, throwing knives, but we're not going to let you melee with it. And it's like, wait, what? Does that make any sense? And it's like, I don't know who is responsible for all of these decisions at Arrowhead, but it's like, they keep doing everything to mess the game up. It's like they're trying to self-destruct this game and make the core group of the Helldivers just very, as my daughter would say, very irritating. They're trying to not. They keep saying for like stuff for like balance and this and that and this and that, but in my opinion, there is no balance to Helldivers. I mean, what is the balance to this? What I'm looking at on the screen? What's the balance?
Reinforcement budget running low. Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
when you have to deal with you gotta deal with silly shit like that all the time, which is fine. I mean, it's part of what makes the game awesome. But at the same time, it's just one of those things like, when do we get a break? You know what I mean? And what I mean by break is like, when do we get the, oh my gosh, when do we get the equipment that we want, the armor that we want, the skins that we want, the way to spend our money the way that we want? Like, requisition right now is really just useless. I've got everything unlocked and have nothing else to buy, to the point where I don't even need to get samples anymore. Except for, oh shit, except for possibly what, the next major order that's going to be terrible. I mean, the next war bond that's going to be terrible. It's just funny to me. Like, this game is humorously hard in a way that I really do, respect and come to quite, to be totally honest, quite enjoy. The problem with it is we keep getting stuff that's fun taken away. We keep getting stuff that's really, really.
Deploying support weapon.
We keep getting stuff that's just really, really good. You know, that we pay money for because of the way it looks and because of the way that it works. Like, you spend money on it, and then they change it, make it worse. And I don't have a lot of patience for this game company anymore, not after the Sony PSN stuff, and that sucks because the Sony PSN stuff, what it did, the reason it was such a big hit for the game, that Helldivers won't come back from, and the Helldiver community is not talking about it for some reason, but it shows two things. The first thing that it shows is it shows that the developers don't have all the control when it comes to their game. They just don't have all the answers. They don't have all the systems. Like, they can't do everything. The other thing that it shows, very sadly, is that they're really not. It's in my mind, it's not really the company that we thought it was. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you a really simple example. If you're with a girl and she cheats on you, and then she says she'll never cheat again, do you really trust her? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, can you really trust her? Well, the answer to that is no, you can't.
The enemy has launched a surprise attack on one of our.
You just literally can't trust her anymore. It's like, I'm sorry, but I can't trust you, because once you break trust, it's gone forever.
Let us secure the
and
sustenance of
it was so sneaky the way that they did that PSN stuff. And that broke the trust, because what it did is the main reason we play this game is because of the partially for the game. I mean, the game is a pretty big part of it. I mean, we all love the game. But another reason that we play the game and we like it so much has nothing to do with the game itself. It has everything to do with the community and the hope that this company would be different, this company would be honest, this company would really care about the players and the community behind it. You know what I'm saying? This would be a trustworthy, out for the people kind of game. Like a true underdog story competing against the big AAA companies. Well, that may have been the case until they made AAA money. And now that they've made AAA money, now they have AAA agendas, and they're dealing in AAA numbers. That makes it very hard for the average person like me or you to now impact the game. So what does that mean? That means, like, you're gonna see stupid shit like, oh, my Dominator get a tiny little buff, or a tiny little nerf for no reason. No reason, just they're like, yeah, we don't, your weapon is really good, so we don't like that, so we're gonna nerf it. And they just take some damage away from it. No reason, no one in the community was complaining, hey, I think this damage might be a little broken, or no. The Eruptor comes out as the weapon that we really, really wanted. Everybody really wanted the Eruptor exactly the way that it was, because it was the first weapon. It was really the first weapon that let us, like, deal with enemies in, like, a respectable way. You know what I'm saying? Like it two-shotted, or it one-shotted like entire groups of people. And that was important because that was the first time we got that weapon, right? That was the bread and butter of the entire war bond, which is now obviously fantastic. Which is now, it's usable. It still does. It still kind of serves the role that it had, but the problem is that it's nothing like it was. Even with their little fixes, even with their fixes and everything they try to do, the weapon still sucks.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
The amount of times you can fire the weapon versus the amount of times that you can.
Joining the fray.
How long it takes to reload, how fast you can fire it, how much damage it can do, how many enemies you can drop with it. Not to mention it's utterly useless against those things. Like, I mean, utterly useless. You can't use it against the Shriekers. You can't use it against a lot of the bigger enemies.
Helldiver KIA deploying replacement.
Interesting. And not to mention the fact that one of the reasons that I'm kind of like half-ass playing in this is I want to show some maybe new players some of the retarded mechanics that exist in the game and how challenging this game is. And why it's quite silly, in my opinion, that any weapon ever would get a nerf. As in, like, legit, like, honestly, like, how can you justify nerfing any weapon when this is what you dive into? This is what you encounter consistently on Helldivers. Do you know what I'm saying? This is, well, it's not really crazy. There's tactics and there's systems to dealing with this shit. But at the same time, it's like, what are we supposed to do? The biggest question there is like, why? Okay.
Reinforcement budget depleted.
And then you get stuff like that where you tap the button and your keyboard stops working.
Reinforcements have been launched.
I don't know. After all of the, some of the PSN stuff, the fact that we still don't have our dadgum, our cape. This game got me a little irritated, not gonna lie. Did that on purpose. Alright. I'll take it. Cause I would love to have the developers like playing a game with me on Helldive and be like, yeah, we just feel like the Dominator needs a bit more, or it's doing a bit too much damage. We need to take some of that damage away. It's just too good at killing bugs, you know, because you can kill 15 targets with 3 shots. No offense, but there's about 30 enemies on the screen right now. Like, what is your thought process when it comes to development of a game where the only fix you've ever had is to nerf things that initially come out in the right state? I don't understand. Why does your game have so many bugs? Not Terminus. Why does your game have so many issues and glitches and things like that? Why does your game have so many just overall issues with how it plays and how it works and how it crashes? It's got that stupid host issue right now where if you're not the host and you use...
Liberty's enemies march ever
if you're not a host and you try to use the spear, as soon as you aim down sights and shoot it, you get kicked from the game. Like, what is that? Like, what is that? What is that? I don't know. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't, but that's fine. And we put up with a lot of those issues when it comes to the game. We put up with a lot of the... We put up with a lot of your bullshit. A lot of your bullshit. And we put up with a lot of your bullshit, developers, because mainly it's really just from love. Like, there's nothing else to say. It's just love. We love the game. We love the company. And up until not too long ago, we had like trust. And now, after the Sony stuff, after you nerf our weapons, after a whole bunch of countries can no longer play the game, and then like these training manual tips are actually not really funny anymore. Don't forget to take breaks, that is, unless you want to be remembered as a coward. Well, that's funny. Man, that would have been so funny, like, that would have been so funny a little while ago, you know, coward, but now it's like, no, that's actually kind of shitty, because It's just like, what?
Helldiver KIA deploying replacement.
Like, nothing hit me. I don't understand. And this is like, this is consistently what you can look for if you play Helldive difficulty. I've gotten used to it. I'm not trying again. One second. Like I said, the game is chaotic and fun and awesome. And I know a lot of the, I know you can't tell from the recent clips, but I also was literally not trying. Another stalker?
Firing orbital strike.
I get him? Of course not. What is the point of... Don't even get me started on orbital strikes, bro. What is that?
Helldiver KIA deploying replacement.
Precision strike doesn't... It's not precise, so
Reinforcements have been launched.
it doesn't make any sense. Like, what's the point of using it? I don't know. Like, this game had, like, I don't know, it had so much potential, and it was so fun at first, but now because we have been brought in to, like, the reality and the politics of a company and all that stuff, and because now the community, I don't like, now it's like, well, the Helldivers is for the people, but really, it's really for the people, man?
Here comes the cavalry.
How do we know for sure? Because nothing they've done has been for the players. What the hell? Did my 500 just blow up in the air randomly? See, like that? Hello.
Helldiver lost. Sending replacement.
I don't know, man. This game has got me to the point now where
Reinforcements on the way.
the only thing that I really care about, and I don't care right now, I'm just... I guess you could consider this my warm-up mission until I get ready to actually do these missions. But,
Enemy tactical asset within range.
I thought this game and company was going to be different, but it seems just like every other company and every other video game designer and every other, all the other bullshit that exists in the world. It's just, it just took them a little bit longer, but it's the same. We want so hard for a company just to be honest, just be a bunch of cool guys that make games, you know, love the players, love the community. It's nice to be listened to, obviously, but
Reinforcement budget running
that's
low.
not this game. And as long as the game is this hard,
Request approved.
and they keep
Reinforcements have been
nerfing,
launched.
and they keep nerfing our stuff, and making stuff not work, I don't know. It's to me, it's just gonna be a game. It's just gonna be a game, and that's about it. Because there's, I mean, what else? What else are we supposed to? What else are we supposed to get from a game that endlessly makes stuff harder, and then takes stuff away from us?
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
With weapons and glitches and stuff that doesn't work. And then they're like trying to be funny about some stuff. Let's see where this goes. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not funny to me. That missed three chargers. And I noticed, you notice that stuff the most on Helldive.
And democracy raises the sword of vengeance.
So I don't know what it is about Helldive difficulty right now, but it's bugged. Because I run Helldives by myself. I don't know if it's this map, which could be that, but that's a whole nother thing about Helldivers that's got me irritated and frustrated. Is the same thing that makes you love a game, like whatever that is, you know. Like for me, it was the community and it was the development team and it was stuff like that. All that is now gone, and I'm left with this hyper frustrating experience where I feel cheated from spending money. Not from the game necessarily, but I feel really cheated. This is the only war bond you need. And it's the one they give you right off the bat. That thing's not any good. Steel Veterans, obviously, you can tell I haven't even used that yet. Break Incendiary, fantastic. And Dominator, fantastic. Cutting Edge, the Blitzer's pretty cool. Good gameplay loop change. Polar War Bonds. Disappointed. So disappointed. And then this is the War Bond. Like, this one dropped after I had been playing for a while. So this is the first War Bond that was coming out as I was playing it. And I was so excited for this because I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh man, this is the primary weapon that's gonna like let us destroy. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we need. At the time, that was what we needed. And like, I can't melee this. Are you kidding me? What's the passive? Increase melee damage by 50%. What? So you give us a Katachan Jungle Fighter? Right? Deadly Commando, Close Range Specialist, without a melee weapon? Oh, well maybe it's because the community didn't endlessly tell you that we really wanted throwing or melee weapons. We haven't been talking about that forever. Discords, Reddit, you name it. What if we wanted? Melee weapons, and never got it. Then they drop a patch and they're just like, nah, we don't care enough about you to actually give you what you want. But we'll continue nerfing shit. Not to mention the fact that we come out and we say that, oh, in this new patch, all this stuff has been fixed, and not a damn thing got fixed, bro. Not a damn thing got fixed. The grenade glitch just got changed. Like, you can still do the grenade glitch.
You must drive the Terminates back from this world.
You still get this hilarious issue with opening up your... You hit it, go into a mission and like look up your friends group and see how fast you get kicked from the game, or the game just crashed, or the game just crashed altogether. It's just hilarious. The game's just hilarious to me.
Orbit synchronized.
It's just so this game's just, it's so awesomely bad that it's good. And it's so good because the community still wants to believe that the developers are like something, I think, other than what they are. I think they're businessmen that have sold us a lie. And that lie is that they love us and we're all in this together. But I don't believe that to be the case, man. I don't believe that to be the case. I have seen too many games come and fall. I've seen the rise and fall of other companies and businesses, and man, a whole lot of stuff, really. It's kind of weird, like, thinking about it. And
Helldiver KIA deploying replacement.
I don't know.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
I'll be 100% honest. I'm really not having fun with Helldivers at the moment. And to me, it's not even really because of the challenge factor. It's just so many like stupid things that highlight the issues that we kind of have been not worrying about. Oh, the game crashes? I don't care, man. I love the development team. They're overworked and underpaid. I don't think they're underpaid anymore. You know, 6, 8, 9, 10 million sales. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they can use that. Whoa! I don't think they can really use that excuse anymore of being underpaid and overworked and highly stressed out. It's like, not today. Your financial future is pretty much guaranteed with the game now. So why is it still being all messed up? How come you're not fixing stuff like you said you were going to? And then why would you come out and, why? I think this is the one that irritates me the most. How come after the patch you list all these things that are fixed and like almost none of, like, a lot of them are not fixed?
Reinforcements on the way.
Like, why would you lie about that? Or why would you just not say, why would you make this big promise? And it's almost like they're not really doing what they say they're going to do. And it's too consistent now because I've seen it for three patches. 3 patches, 3 war bonds, updates, everything. Shit's all the same, man. The same lie, different face, different bullshit. It's all the same. And as much as I have enjoyed the ride that Helldivers has been, at the same time, bro, like... So that's another thing right now, if you notice. You can get damaged with your shield up. And I don't understand that personally. Which, let's just say it's not supposed to happen. It's just a bug. It'll get fixed in the next patch. Man, no the fuck it won't. No it won't. This game, they don't give a shit about that aspect of the game. They're gonna let us just keep playing, and everybody will keep making videos, and they'll keep making money, and the community will never learn to stand, like, to actually put their foot down on anything outside of that Sony thing. And yeah, that's how this game is gonna run for a long time. What the fuck, man?
Helldiver lost and sending replacement. Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
If I could. Yeah, see, that's, it wouldn't let. It steered me. It steered me off the top of that. Like it wouldn't let me go that way. What the? Oh, I didn't bring any stratagems. And like I said, I really enjoy the game. I love the challenge of it. But the challenge, like this, it's turning into one of those things where like the challenge of the game is not an honest challenge. Like, why am I having to fight? Why am I fighting them and I don't have a tool to kill them? And I know what you're saying, like, oh, well, you got tools. I was like, yeah, kind of. You kind of have tools to kill one, but then you just gotta run for your life for the next 15 minutes until.
Reinforcement budget running low.
I mean, that's how they should move. They should be fast. They should be big.
Deploying reinforcements.
Can you land in a buckle?
Another step towards galactic liberation. You may extract when ready.
Yeah. That way. Come on, buddy.
Reinforcement budget depleted. Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
I feel like they're moving faster. The Chargers are moving a bit faster tonight than they were yesterday. Yeah. Ain't no way in hell I'm making out of this.
Freedom never rests!
I just need to get turned around.
Deploying sentry.
Kind of surprised that's the first battle titan that I've seen. Now, how the fuck did he make that turn so quick? Yeah. Sorry, Helldivers. I don't really respect the community. No, scratch that. I really respect the community, the players, all the friends that I've made. But I don't really respect the development team, and I definitely don't respect the publisher anymore. I don't trust. Maybe it's not that I don't. Maybe it's not that I don't respect them, but maybe it's just like I don't trust them. And it's one of those things where like we had so much trust for them in the beginning that now it feels like the trust is kind of broken. We all feel kind of played, and we don't really feel that love of the game like we
5
did.
minutes. Extraction shuttle inbound.
We don't really feel that same kind of like love and awesomeness that we had in the beginning. We don't. It just doesn't feel the same. The game feels so still good, just not the same. Jim, if that makes any sense. It's still awesome. It's still so cool.
Additional reinforcement funding approved.
It's still so fun. This game is fantastic.
T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
The visuals.
That's called democracy.
The gameplay, the sound design, the gore loop. You know what I mean? The fact that when we do one of these missions, what we've been able to kill and defeat, you know, would kill other plot armor characters from other games. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much. There's so much in these games, especially Helldivers, that makes you feel like we're just better. Like our community is better than other.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Like, we're not supposed to beat this. Like, you're not supposed to win against this shit.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
You're supposed to get overwhelmed. Well, that's what the fuck? You're supposed to get overwhelmed,
ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
destroyed. Oh shit. Never have a chance because I'm just one dude with a shotgun.
ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
Running around on a map, and then somehow manage to pull out maybe not a clean extraction.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. Pelican 1, landing in progress.
Somebody need to tell me how this Redeemer is better than all the assault rifles of the game.
Extraction complete.
In terms of damage.
Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
But like, it's crazy to me that, and I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately with the Helldiver community about it, and they seemed like, what it seems like is every time they post a video on like the new Warbond or whatever, they all say that they're trash. But the thing that they're not doing really is because I mean, I get it, you know, as a YouTuber you're kind of paid to influence positively for a game. That's how you get like, you know, if you talk shit about a game, that's not necessarily good because you're not pushing the sale of anything. But if we're all like pushing how good Helldivers is how good Helldivers is, and then other people are buying it and sales are going up simultaneously, our views are going up, things like that, I don't care. Like this requisition, I can't do anything with it. It's just a wasted resource. And they were supposed to change that in the update. They didn't. Or I guess that their plans were to discuss it further. I don't know, man. I'm a person of like doing stuff, not just talking about it. So when companies talk more than they do, it bothers me. You know what I'm saying? And I wish this game would fix a lot of the issues that it has that's basically within itself, right? The issues that it has just being a mediocre game with a fantastic community. And that's what this game is. It's a mediocre game. It's a ripoff of Starship Troopers and using a lot of other games as its predecessor, right? I mean, this ODST and Warhammer combined, like, bro, like, don't get it twisted. Helldivers, the community is what made your game awesome. Oh, this shotgun, I've never seen that before in my whole life. This armor set, never seen it before in my whole life. This weak ass busted ship that's pretty tiny in all actuality, never seen it before. Never been able to play another game and look down and see the planet. Wow, it's just amazing. See, that's not what makes your game special. It's almost like one of those things where what makes your game special is that you were trying. And we felt like you were kind of this is like the Big Brother game, if that makes any sense. So like, we're like, yeah, this is the game our Big Brother made. We're gonna turn it into something awesome.
The Galactic War.
Almost like it captured like that childhood spirit that we haven't had in gaming in a long time, and then you fucked it all up by bringing Sony into it, bringing real world politics into it, and then deciding to let's just slowly piss off our gaming, our really strong community that built this game, that is like pushed and positively talked about the game to get other people to buy it and play it. I've done that with about 4 people that I know. I've done that with about 4 people that I've known. Got them to, you know, talked about the game in a way that excited them and got them to play it, only for them to turn around and like shit on me by taking weapons that I use and fucking them up. Oh, 15 seconds on the Quasar. Yeah, nobody's gonna notice that. Man, fuck you. 15 seconds is a death sentence. A death sentence. Especially when those how many, what, 4 Quasar shots? 5 Quasar shots? It takes me a minute to kill a Bile Titan just with the Quasar alone. How many with those new behemoths? How many shots does it take? I don't know, what, 6? 5 or 6? You know, 3 or 4 maybe if you hit him in the butt and blow there and make him hemorrhage out. But that's the point, bro. Like, get your shit together. Stop making the game stupid hard. On purpose. Y'all have a good night. This is a good Helldivers 2 rant about some of the issues with the game. We're not talking about the technical issues. We're talking about more of the feel of Helldivers right now. Let's see what the... Hang on. I didn't even see what the major order was or anything.
The struggle for managed democracy continues. We have no time to waste.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's just, oh, we'll have some Terminated stuff. Oh, now we have some robot stuff. Oh, now we have some Terminated stuff. Oh, now we have some robot stuff. And it's just back and forth, man. How in the hell are there people on Super Earth? Does the train? Are these new people training about to log in? I have a friend over here. What the hell?
Help.
Oh, pleb. Got it. He's an Australian guy. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But that's it for this episode. I just wanted to post this because this is one of the things I've been kind of dealing with, is how to make this video and what to do and what to talk about. Just disappointed in how Helldivers took the... Man, they had the chance to... I mean, it probably still will, ultimately, but they had the chance to do that superhero, like, just take over the world, man. Take over the world, bro. Like... And then they decided that we're gonna just go a stupid route. We're gonna just go stupid. We're gonna start fucking up people's weapons. We're gonna start fucking up war bonds. We're gonna start actually listening to the community and then not giving them what they want. Like 100%. I'm gonna carry on conversations on Discord and Reddit, and we're not gonna do any of that. We're gonna make you feel stupid for playing a game. Buying the war bonds, yeah, joke's on you. All the weapons are gonna suck or get nerfed or not be useless. And if it does work, we're gonna take the buff away and take what makes it great away, but leave the bad part. You made the eruptor suck, but it still kills me if I shoot something. What the fuck? Doesn't make any sense. Do better, Helldivers. No. Helldivers, you're doing fucking awesome. You guys are still awesome. I still love playing with all of you. Arrowhead, do better. Because right now, your community is outperforming you. Your community is your marketer. The community is being the push for the game to be better. You guys are sitting back and not treating your community well. And I'd say the biggest first step you could make is give us our fucking cape. Give us our cape. That was a big deal for us. Give us our cape.